Hey, Spencer, have you heard of Lisa Lampanelli?
Oh, you're talking about the Queen of Mean, right?
Yeah, but she's also become the Queen of Lean. Did you know that? She has a play called Stuffed, where she delivers brash, skinny insight from the fridge to your ears. No, I don't think that's what happens in the play.
I've actually heard reviews for the New York Times that have said Stuffed offers laughs, genuine pain, and even a bit of insight. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Why? Is that relevant to anything?
Well, Lisa Lampanelli, she's got a lot of street cred, and she's also got a new Feral Audio podcast where she and her co-host Mike Morse talk about health, food, body image, everything else to help you be the best you can be. That's a real hairpin turn for the Queen of Mean. She's stopped stomping on political sensitivities long enough to help you self-actualize and engage in some self-care.
So what? She dishes out some tough love as she takes your questions about being fat, being skinny, being anything but right, and helps you grab a little self-acceptance? I mean, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but there's other stuff too. Like if you want to get yelled at by Lisa, you can email getstuffed@feralaudio.com, and maybe she'll make you feel like a piece of shit on the podcast, or maybe she'll make you feel better. You don't know with Lisa Lampanelli. She's the queen of mean and lean. Give her hotline a ring, 347-464-2654, and you might end up in the show that way too. But in either case, it's worth a listen. It's free. I think it's very interesting that she's like had some transformative nutritional experience that she and now is doing insights, because what's interesting about the idea of Lisa Lampanelli talking about body image and stuff is that we already know that she doesn't give a shit about what your feelings. So and what we probably need to do more of when we're talking about health issues and stuff is actually have some frank conversations. We're a very fat country, very diabetic country, very diluted, vain, self-loathing, shallow country. Like what do we need to do to actually be healthy? I would trust the Queen of Mean turned Queen of Lean to tell me that. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to Get Stuffed.
Get Stuffed. Kick the craving. Subscribe to Get Stuffed on iTunes, Stitcher, feralaudio.com/getstuffed, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Today's episode is brought to you by Last Rampage, the new true crime film starring Robert Patrick, Heather Graham, and Bruce Davison. And we had the pleasure of speaking to someone involved with the movie.
My name is Robert Patrick. I play Gary Tyson. That's Gary Tyson with an I in the film Last Rampage. Evil broke loose in 1978, Arizona State Penitentiary. That was interesting. What it was like playing a real person as opposed to a fictional character. It was really trying to wrap your head around how this guy could do some of the things that he could do. That was the things that you were drawing on. Of course, there was no way you're going to try to do an impersonation of a guy, nor was I going to try to, get as heavy as the guy. I didn't have enough time to really go that route. But I found him really, really interested in trying to live up to the charisma that he had. I fell in love with the folklore of the story, like the whole idea that he was a guy that was raised during the Great Depression. See, that from a historical point of view, those kind of stories resonate with me. That yearning for something better, trying to find it, have to steal to get it. How do you deal with that if you're a religious person? How do you run underneath that? How do you justify it? He had a double life sentence that he began to push his wife and his kids to say, God, I'm going to serve one term, and when I die, I'm going to serve another term in hell. I got to get out of this. And the length that he was willing to go to get his kids to help him get through this and get him out of prison was fascinating to me.
Don't miss Last Rampage, the true story of the prison break of Gary Tyson. In theaters and available on iTunes and all on-demand platforms today. For more information, visit truecrimelive.com or follow the movie on Twitter at Last Rampage Film or on Facebook.com/Last Rampage Film.
beautiful uptown Burbank. Harmontown is now in session. Spencer Crittenden.
He's a man with a plaid pillow because he probably has hemorrhoids.
And the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming out. Happy summer. Happy Burbank to you. Do you need a better chair? We could get you a chair.
Yeah, eventually, sure. Let's put that on a vision board.
Are you getting sore buns over there on your plastic chair?
I have in the past. I figured it out. You know, these plaid pillows, we got them from Harmon Quest Season 2 tapings. They were bought as mostly, I think, a joke by the people who furnished the green rooms, and then they just gave them to me afterwards because they only bought them as a joke. So
you mad that that came out of the budget for your show?
Yeah, it's really wasteful in my opinion. No, it was great, but it's just great that I really can use it, like, because it's like, you know, and then I was like, great, now I have these pillows. I don't really have anywhere to put them. Why not put them on my ass?
In the 80s, especially in animation, there was a heavy tradition of characters that could turn into other things, and then they would keep their motif if they turned into something. Like Plastic Man could turn into anything, but he always had this belt and a little outfit, but it was
right.
like that would be stretched around the middle of the car. And there was Rubik the Amazing Cube, who could turn into things, but he always had this weird blue decaying ET head because someone said, well, it's just a Rubik's Cube. We have to make it adorable, and they put this fucking weird ET head on it, like mistaking just any alien head for cute, and it was really disturbing and not at all Rubik oriented, and really drifted from Rubik's original vision. I mean, people only know him for his cube, but he saw a world of order. He never intended people to mess those things up. He wanted. He was racist. He thought. But
the original Rubik's Cube was all white.
Yeah. But he married a wonderful Latina lady, and as a result, he became a little less racist in that he was like, let's make this cube like 6 different colors, but still like so into like the separation of them. And he credited himself with being more open-minded, but he was like,
the goal is to separate all the races.
Yeah, he's like, and that was the slogan at the end of the commercials. He would pop up in the bottom of the screen and go, "Don't forget to separate all the races." It said "separate but equal!" exclamation point on the box, and he just thought he wasn't racist, and because that's what white people are good at. They're good at fooling themselves into thinking that all kinds of racism is not racist. It's in our blood. We were good at it.
That's also Harmontown's motto, I think.
Separate those races.
But was the point that you were going at is that when Spencer brings out a plaid pillow, that's his, like, that's what he turns into?
Yeah,
he
if Spencer turned into a pillow, that's what it would look like. Yeah, it would be this plaid pillow.
Oh, man.
And have glasses and a beard on it.
That would be so good. That would be great if we were like the super friends and we were just like hanging out and like turning into pillows and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be like Steven Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan would turn into an Adderall.
Yeah, I didn't know this bit was an opportunity to take shots at each other.
No, you would turn into an old-timey typewriter, I think. You would turn into, like, you'd be like a little typewriter, like on wheels.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're talking about characters that can turn into anything. Like that's why they have to retain those physical characteristics. Because and the Super Friends is another one. You had the Wonder Twins. They would say Wonder Twin powers activate, and then one of them could turn into any animal, and one of them could turn into any kind of thing that involved water, which included ice
and a bucket to hold the water. Which that always got like, wait, I can turn into other things beside water.
Yeah. Yeah, and at one point, I swear to God, at one point he turned into an ice giant,
And it was like, all right, well, wait a minute. And I was like, why don't you turn into Ice Superman? Which I can't remember if he did that or if that was in my just bitchings about it. An ice giant. What does he have? Ice arteries and ice heart? Like, well, then just be so ice is just anything. Then fuck you.
Yeah.
You're not a wonder twin.
I think he was like, form of an ice helicopter.
Yeah.
Like,
it's silly. There's moving parts. Just stop it.
Where is the verisimilitude, Wonder Twins?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my question.
I know we've talked about this before because whenever Super Friends comes up, the thing that I think is so funny is that there was obviously a push for diversity, 70s style, in the for that cartoon, and they added this guy who I can't remember the superhero's name. Was it El Diablo or El Dorado? He was a Latino gentleman, and but he like I never saw him in the cartoon. Like they just had him in the title sequence to just like maybe there was like protests happening outside of the Super Friends building where they draw the cartoon, and they're just like, well, just shut up. His name is El Dorado. But
Cesar Chavez is holding great protest right now on the streets. We got to get some Mexicans on this.
In the title sequence, El Dorado, he has a medallion, and he's like a handsome kind of darkly complected man, and he just has this red cape, and he just whips it over his face and disappears. And you never see him in the show. I think that was the diversity push.
You know what? He's invisible, but he's always there.
He supports the Super Friends community with his. He works for less, and he's.
There was that time when the Wonder Twins were walking down a beach, and there was 6 set of footprints.
That is how you know when your unfairly paid labor force was carrying you. All the while sending money home, and boy. I'm just saying, I'm a Californian. I mean, I know better than the rest of the country that this concept that I don't know. My heart bleeds for our wonderful friends from down south. I don't know, it must be a terrifying time for them. What a great show. And it's like we're all, we're experiencing that thing right now. They're fucking with journalists, and of course they started with immigrants, and but like it's like I know it's cliche, but it's like, come on, you're next. It doesn't matter how white you are. It doesn't matter. You're next. You're next. Like you're either gonna like put on the jumpsuit and get into the honeycomb in the Mars base, or you're gonna be. I mean, there's not. I don't know what people keep thinking. They keep thinking like, oh, if we just are polite enough, if we just like are, if we just adhere to our own rules of what makes good people enough, this is gonna blow over. I don't know, man. It's like it's hard to say these words, but it's just not. It's not gonna stop until it's like and then you have to stop talking because then what are you encouraging? I don't know. We all have to like just sit cross-legged in the street and just eat Twinkies until the world stops turning or something. I don't know. They can't put all of us in prison. I don't know what to do. I booked a guest here and there that they can come in and maybe they can give us some guidance and stuff. But that one guy, whoever you are, that I don't know where you tweeted or whatever. Oh, I missed the days when the show could go for an hour without talking about Trump. Well, why don't you suck my dick and? It's like what? And then the people on the Instagram, like, I have my iPad. I play with my photo app. He's the most famous guy in the world. He's on everyone's mind. I'm gonna fuck with his face, put it on a hot dog or something. It's not a fucking meme. I just think these 15-year-olds going like, dude, your meme game is weak. You're in the losing side of a meme war, motherfucker. It's called photography. What? So what are these people? Like they just came into our world like larvae, and they just like think that it's just like these horrible animal people, terrible, just dumb people. They're just awful people with brains the size of capers. They're just bad people, and you can't humanize them anymore. And I know you're not supposed to side with the split. You're supposed to we're supposed to be the good guys, and we're supposed to believe. But it's just no. You're a fucking dumbass. You're a terrible, and you make up apparently at least enough of the country, just barely enough of the country that now this is all with your liberal tier mugs, and I just like go fuck yourself. And I was gonna buy a Tesla. I was this close to retirement. I was in the zone. I was fucking sliding through, man.
They pulled you back in.
It's just that, everything's going to pay less. I'm going to get blacklisted. I'm like 4 years and people are going to be like having hearings where like, Mr. Harmon, did you ever consort with Mexicans? And I'll be like, yeah, I proudly do. I have that honor. And they'll drag me away and like, I love my housekeeper. I give her children my clothes.
Isn't she El Salvador?
I invited her to my wedding. She looked at me weird when I did, but I did.
Wait, you invited her to the wedding?
Aaron did.
Oh.
I can't talk to her. I can't talk to her.
Dan can't talk to her.
I can't
Which
talk.
is great because I could talk to her just fine.
Yeah, she's the best. We have the same housekeeper, Sophia, and she's MacGyver. She fixes everything.
Yeah, she's great.
She's really good.
I can't. I get scared talking
It's
to her.
not easy to talk to her, but it is quite possible.
I told you because Dan, she speaks very good English, but it's obviously not her first language. But she's like super badass, hardworking. I told you the time about Harvey when she came over and talked about Harvey when she first started working for you.
Eats all the trash. Yeah. Look, I can't talk. People who talk quietly, people who I am the guy who in every conversation is always going, what? And like the fifth time you say what, you feel like a dick. Like, so then I just like, and I'm just like really riddled with social anxiety. Like I've made up my mind at some point, I guess, and go ahead, laugh it up when I say this, that I could get through this life without offending anyone.
Ha 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 ha.
And it's like, you're Dan Harmon. You're like a pariah. You only offend people. But it's not. I'm not trying. That's the difference. Like I'm not trying not to. And then I'll just put my foot in my mouth or whatever. And I was like, I'm just riddled. I'm riddled with social anxiety. I just don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to say no to people. I don't want to. That's why after the show I just run out and I get into a jet ski and I just and then I'm like, there's no water. Because I don't want to because I don't want to tell the third person that wants to get a photo after the show after I talk for 2 hours. I don't want. What do you say no? What do you say no to somebody? That's crazy. You don't say no. So instead, I have this rude behavior. I just throw down ninja balls and ninja testicles are when they hit the floor they emit a sound. It's the sound of the ninja's heart dying, and it's so spiritually distracting that you don't notice someone running away. In the movies, they characterize it as smoke.
But now people know if they want to get to you after the show, just hang out by the jet ski that's out front.
Yeah, well, I always put it in a different place, and don't try listening for the engine because it's solar powered. It's a Tesla jet ski.
So you decided
it's a jet ski. It's a jet ski. You saw Mr. Musk tweeting about it. They're here just for a select few. I'm part of a white glove program. I'm checking it out. It's a jet ski.
So you've decided against getting the Tesla now? Or?
Yeah, I just got a jet ski.
Get a Tesla.
No, I can't. Look, I got my money. I'm not a liquid man. Okay. Unlike one of the Wonder Twins.
Right.
Like I definitely, money comes into the Harmon empire, and I definitely I put it back out into the fields. Like I plant more seeds. I go like, oh, well, let's meet with these people and let's do this out of pocket. Let's start this or that. I don't know. It's just kind of but moreover, it's not about me being philanthropical. It's about me instead of taking jobs that pay, I kind of tell, well, why don't I do this project that's will pay off later? So I am kind of largely what a rich person would call broke. I don't really look at the actual bank statements, but I just you can see Levy's the blood leaves his face. He's like a thermometer, he looks at it, and then I'm like, how are you doing? What's going on? Pretty good. It sounds like I'm down to 40 grand. Better get that. Better turn in one of these treatments. I learned how to write this weekend.
Fucking finally, that's good news.
I mean, I was like, because you go into therapy and you know, I've said in the past, I've been like, can you please help me? I don't know why I sometimes write very slowly, and you know, it was like, well, like for a while, she was like, you know, just breathe, and I was like, okay, I'm breathing, and then like, just like, I'll take you through a meditation, and just you know, is God a part of your writing? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, he is, but or she, but. It's like, well, and she's like, well, just say to God, like, you take care of the quality, I'll take care of the quantity. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And then I was like, yeah, take care of the quality, I'll take care of the quantity. And then I got home, I was like, well, you're just saying what everyone keeps saying to me, which is write faster. You just threw God under the bus and just like... So then I didn't bring it up for a couple of weeks, but then I went in because I was like really jammed up on this treatment, and I was just like, it was just torture. It was like I have these like modes of operation where you've seen if you're a fan of mine that you know, I could like you know, I'll do a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm upside down in a tank and I'm typing a screenplay while there's snakes on me, and then it's like, oh, look how fast, and that's pretty good for snake typing. And then also I'll collaborate with other people. Like that was the thing, is as a community, I had to learn to collaborate with writers, and then I had to let go of this terror I had of letting people see my process. And so I was explaining that to her, and she said, well, are you one of these people that goes to a cafe because you know, you want to be seen writing or something? And I said, you mean a hack? No, I'm not. And she's like, well, I don't know if those people are hacks or not, but I was like, well, what? I mean, they're not, they can't be good. I like, and she's like, well, I think some people want to be seen writing. It like makes them feel like they got to keep writing or something. I'm like, okay, all right, they're good people, but no, that's not me. I'd never done that, which is interesting data. Like, and it's like, I wouldn't type next to Cody if I was on an airplane, like, because she wouldn't be part of the process. So, but I work good with collaborators and Mr. Nimoy and I could do it as performance. And then it was like, oh, okay, so there's something going on here. But and so she's like, so who are the people? What are the people providing? I'm like, well, you know, they let me off the hook because they're kind of like, you know, they're okay with whatever's going on. And she's like, you're performing. You can like everyone's looking up your skirt and they're saying like, I like that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And she's like, and so it's these times when you say, okay, I'll go do that alone and then I'll bring my work back. That it's like, I was like, yeah, I guess it's like saying, okay, let me go away for 3 hours and I'm gonna really do something great under my skirt and then come back and lift it up. And that, yeah, nothing. It's like, what are you supposed to do? And she's like, yeah, see so. Here's the thing. I mean, I know you guys are gonna go like, oh, that doesn't help me write at all. Well, fuck you. It's my $200. I'm just telling you what I learned. She goes, well, tell me like a memory of you writing. And I've told you guys the story. Brother got caught playing with matches, and I was with him, and then wait till your dad gets home. And then my mom said, well, your dad's coming home. Why don't you write one of those stories you write? And about a boy that gets caught playing with matches and lives to regret it. And I was like, okay, good. And then I like wrote the story, and then I got meta, and I was like, at the end of the story, the little boy like writes such a good story that the mom's like, oh, your dad doesn't have to spank you now. And that was the story, and I gave it to my mom, and she was like, this is amazing. I don't buy the ending. And I was like, I think that's kind of like I've mythologized that story, but I do also think that is truly. She's like, yeah, when you're working and she said, so tell me about God and your work. And I said, well, okay, this is going to be hard to explain, but it's like you get like there's a God, whatever you want to call that. It's nothingness, it's the cosmos, it's life itself, whatever. It's the Tao. It's Isis. That's what Isis worships, right? Isis. That's why they're called Isis. They worship the Greek goddess Isis.
Form of an ISIS. That'd be amazing.
It's like you could see how they would be, there would be friction there with the rest of Islam. It's like, Isis, what? Isn't that like a cat lady? All right. What are you cat burglars? Is that? No, we hurt people real bad. Okay, well, then it's not funny, I guess. Well, let's see, come to Dan Harmon's next show. He's going to make it real funny. I'm not going to take advice on ISIS about what show to go to. Well, I love Dan Harmon's show. That's all I'm saying. Get out of here, ISIS. Everyone's a theater recommender. A patron.
So you're talking about God.
So I said what has been my standard answer, which is you have to be there. You have to put a hole in your chest, and like God comes through, and because God can't write, he's like, He
can write on stone with lightning.
Well, I mean,
But you gotta like bring him the stone or something. Did that happen in the Bible? And
right,
Moses
but he
mined
can't like
4
write an
rocks.
episode of Nash Bridges. He can't. It would take forever. Like on the first day, Nash Bridges is making an omelet, and the fireballs are hitting the tablets, and he's like, I got to start a new tablet. I'm not even done with the master shot. The doorbell rings.
God, the PAs are getting tired of walking up and down the mountain with your tablets. So can we streamline this process?
You go tell them, do you want a bad show or a good one? And then God finally, it's just like, we're rolling in an hour, and God goes down the hill, and like David Milch just lays on the set and shouts dialogue out while the actors perform. All right. So I said, you put a hole in yourself so that God comes through. You don't want to impede it, and you want that hole as wide and as possible. And like it's gonna scrape the edges of your hole, and that's your voice, that's your style, But like people mistake that for meaning like, oh, you got to make that hole all cookie shaped, Like look at my indie movie. You could tell I wrote the shit out of it. And it's like, that's somebody that's like, their hole isn't circular. It's not like pure, It's like, will you please let God just do his work here? He's trying to write and he can't write because he has to use tablets otherwise. That's not part of it. So she said, so what I'm hearing is this process involves the removal of your heart, and that you can fuck up by being too there at the moment when God is there, and like you, to the extent that he's there, you have to not be there as part of the process. Okay, all right, a little gotcha therapy. And she's like, so what do you think the other people are providing? Like, do you really believe in God? Do you think he created? I said, I don't know. I believe that nothingness over infinity has 100% chance of deciding to explode into everything. Makes sense. I dropped out of college. Makes sense to me. I watched a Nova. And so I think there's an impulse to all of existence that prefers existence over non-existence. That has a tendency. I don't think you can all the way call it consciousness, and yet it's so vast, and we're all a part of it. That I think there's something ineffable that, like, if you kind of like, if you're on its side, or if it sees benefit in letting you do your thing, then you have better luck. I guess, like, you call that karma or something, or you just sort of like, or maybe you just look at it like there's a balance to the universe. So if you're out of the moment, you tend to like have shitty days because you're trying too hard, and then when you're in the moment, you feel, you have those days where you feel like you're in the zone, and that's because you just, if you surrender to nothingness, that's like Taoism, like you just kind of like you're jamming along, and you're tooting your horn, and you're blowing your friends, and you're just having. So I was like, well, you can't blow a horn. You already tooted that. I don't know what's the list of things people do. So I'm letting you into my process. And you're telling me with your laughter, you're saying, it doesn't matter. You can fuck up and say, toot your horn, blow your friends. We like that. We like everything that you do because we know that it's happening in the moment. And
we like when you widen your hole so much that we don't scrape its edges.
So she's like, well, don't you think that what it is? Because I was like, well, but there was a time before Community when I didn't know how to collaborate, and it was like, did you write then? Were you productive then? Yeah, more so than after Community. And I think what it was is I kind of came up with this one. I'm going to give myself credit. I was like, oh, so I think that what that means is that I lacked something that I gained from collaboration, and I didn't want to go back to writing alone, because it would be like going off of heroin, back to just cold turkey. But neither thing was actually what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to somehow be generating this adoration. You're supposed to love yourself. It's self-care. You're supposed to atone with a God that actually is glad that you exist and is thankful that you are writing and doesn't care, doesn't think that there's any way for you to fuck up because good writer, bad writer, whatever. It's like God's like Jeff Bridges in Starman. He's just hanging out. He's going like, whoa, like Nash Bridges? That's brilliant. Like it was the show. It's like so weird that that's my go-to reference. I think it's because at my WGA orientation, they went around the table and they're like, tell the story of how you got to the WGA. And somebody was like, I wrote a Nash Bridges. And I always thought that was so funny. Because they worked at Nash Bridges and then someone got sick. And then they're like, I can write Nash Bridges. And I was like, this story does not reflect well on Nash Bridges. It was just like this person was like, I deliver pepper to the Nash Bridges office. And then a wheel fell on someone from the salt truck, and they said, hey, what would a detective do if he was in Texas? Right? I don't know where Nash Bridges is.
I've never seen it.
And I just drew on my pepper experience. It was like, maybe he sneezes, and I won an Emmy, and here I am. Now I have a dental plan, and fuck the pepper industry. They act like it's an honor to work for them. It's like Hollywood's fair. So the bottom line is, and you're like, oh, I'm a Dan Harmon fan. I'm an atheist. I hate God. I hate the concept of God. I get it. You're smart. I love you. You're fine. Because I'm God. I love you. Because I believe in God. Because how would you be this special if there was nothing out there? Like, what do you think is coursing through me? Fucking magnets? You think I was just born on a rock that had like a weird angle to it? I've got God in me. You don't believe in it because you're like, damn, then that means he hates me. Well, be holier than thou. No, but look, I'm not, don't, it's like some people get so triggered by the fucking G word. They're like, oh, Dan's like look, I'm just saying, like what, it's Tom Hanks's volleyball. It's like you need a mythology. You're a primate. You have you were born with equipment that spontaneously generates mythology. It's like, why would you, I'm not saying why would you, it's like it also generates like science, and that's like we need way more atheists and skeptics, and we need way more science right now than we need the other thing. But I'm just saying, you do have the software and hardware in your head that like you actually have to like suppress it. Like you tend to invent shit in your head when you're looking for a parking spot and you're like, oh man, I missed that spot because I shouldn't have been a dick to that barista. Like you always do it. Like you watch stories in movies and TV that you like. They're all like circling around like this concept that there's an order to the universe because you're a sentient monkey, and it's really fucked up. Like we got mentally ill when we became conscious. Like we were just animals, and we were like running around, and there other animals were eating us, and we were eating them, and it was like, this is great. It's a game of Monopoly. Like, who cares? It's fun. I mean, it's not fun for us because we don't have claws and we're just like getting our ass kicked because we're like, wait, who came up with this idea of being a monkey that can't be in a tree? And then we just kind of exploded one day. Who knows? Maybe it's just your brain gets to a certain size. Maybe if you eat enough mussels, I don't know, but you get enough vitamin B or something, and then we were like, whoa, I get it. You're born and then you die. And then we like looked down at the gazelle brain we were eating, and we're like, oh God, Jesus Christ. And then we calmed down enough to get through the day, but we're just like, we're like, oh.
See, that origin story of Jesus Christ is so much less complicated than virginal birth and wise men.
People will tell you it has something to do with Jerusalem. No, it goes back to 30,000 BC. And no, I'm just saying, like, it's hard. When you watch an Eli Roth movie, the thing that you're getting high off of if you're enjoying it, or the thing that's freaking you out if you're not enjoying it, is that it's hitting your system as a toxicity, because the signal you're getting is that nothing. You can't do anything to like make bad things not happen to good people. You don't know when an eyeball is just going to fall out of a head, or when a weird Czechoslovakian company is going to print business cards that allows people to be a secret Harry Potter society that blowtorches people's faces. There's got to be other stuff those people can do. What is that lady that just wants to lay in a bath and like use a scythe on a backpacker and bathe in her blood? Like, how many times has she done that? There's all this equipment.
What are you talking about? I have no idea. I fell off this train like.
It's one of those Hostel movies. I don't know if it's Hostel 1 or Hostel 2.
That was like
Shit's
doing
getting more hostile. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole tub there she had built. You know that, like, I mean, it's like, that's pretty. How many women has she bathed in the blood of? And that's gotta get, like, change it up. Does she think it makes her strong? Is in that movie? Is that what? There's no magic in that movie. If she like could jump higher when she did it, then I'd be like, okay, well, that's what happened. Like, look how high she can jump, but she doesn't want to jump lower. That's what happens. She's dependent on the blood. But I would assume that after a while, she'd be like, my sciatic nerve is still acting up, and no amount of this sticky, gross blood that I bathe in is helping me not age. So I'm going to try just yogurt and sitting at home and save $500,000. Okay, so anyways, I'm just saying life is like we are, like, God to us, like when he doesn't exist is like Eli Roth. It's like oh, we're in the hands of a maniac. Like a log could fall on my caveman friend, and then it's like not his fault, it's not my fault. And it's like, oh man, I just fell in love. Oh, now I feel a lump, and like oh, now it's like a tiger ate my baby, and like you're just running, and also all the shitty things that you do. You're like, oh, I killed the tiger for killing my baby, and now the tiger, like, its heart looks like my heart, and like, I can't take it. There's no cocaine or there's invented yet. I can't like deal with this. I'm just running around my cave. I'm gonna freaking out. And
I need some coke to calm down a little bit.
And so then some smarty pants caveman was like, well, look, here's the thing. I mean, look, when that thunder happens, that's angels bowling. And the guy's like, go on. Are you singing my tune? And that tiger killed your baby, you got baby points. You're going to get those back later when you become a tiger in the next life. And the angels are going to bowl with me? No, that's just an ancillary cosmology. That's I was like, the angels just bowl. Like, they don't even know what the fuck's going on. Okay, you're explaining thunder. Yeah, don't let the thunder freak you out. You focus on your tiger points.
Where do you redeem your tiger baby points? In the afterlife or in this life?
You go to confession and you say, "I bless you, Father Caveman, for I had bad tigerless thoughts. I have 2 tiger points and 1 baby point." And then the Father Caveman says, like, well, you might as well just say 1 tiger point, because a baby point is the opposite of a tiger point. Okay, I heard, I've been told that, but your ruling class doesn't let us learn math. So, well, there's a reason for that. We don't want everybody just starting a random religion about every animal they see. You got to keep this fucking shit under your cave hat. I understand. All right, well, I can't, we haven't invented hinges or slides or knobs yet, so we're just sitting in a rock. It's not like we're in a booth. So, why are you telling me that? I don't know. I guess I'm feeling like plagued with guilt being a caveman priest. Like, I don't hunt, I don't provide any food. Why are you unloading? Who's confessing here? Why are you laying this on me? I don't even know math. I'm a caveman. See, now I'm going to start a religion. You Protestant piece of shit. Anyways.
And that caveman name was Martin Luther Stone.
Martin Luther Stone Jr. No, wait, no, whatever. Okay.
Senior. Martin Luther Senior.
Remember the Flintstones trailer? No, you don't. You're 11. There's a Flintstones trailer, and then it said Steven Spielrock presents Spielrock.
Yeah.
Jeff, piss up a rope. What are you doing? Spielrock?
Yeah.
They didn't want to say Stoneberg.
Too Jewish?
I guess. Like shines a light on the. They're like, are you making a Jewish joke?
There probably is an actual director named Steven Stoneberg.
Right. There's that. Yeah. They got away with such hack shit back then. Not the Flintstones movie, the show. Every show that you see in reruns, it was all based on some they took like a character who was like a comic back then. They would just rip off their act and make him an animal. It's fucking like a bunch of hacks. Oh, that Phil Silvers is really funny. Why don't we just make him a dolphin and
Make him a dolphin.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Phil Silvers was on everything. Him and Don Adams were in every cartoon in some form or other.
They also, those comics, they got jobs playing those voices.
Yeah. He had, who played the Great Gazoo? Is that, Dum Dum? Was it Harvey Korman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say Harvey Keitel, but that would be
weird. After a while, the Flintstones ran out of gas a little bit. I guess they didn't expect it to run as long as it did.
Because gas hadn't been invented yet, because not enough dinosaurs had died to create gas.
So they added a fucking alien that granted wishes.
Yeah.
To just be alive back then, I don't know. But none of us could have jobs. It's like it was less television, less power, everything consolidated. I would have been just like what would I have been? I would have been I think I would have been a welder. Because I was born in Milwaukee. I would have been a welder. And I would make shitty sculpture in the backyard, and people would be like, "What are you doing? Trying to get out of Milwaukee? Leave me alone." Just welding a bicycle rim to a ashtray.
I'm welding a sculpture to prove to my mom that I've learned my lesson about playing with matches.
Right.
I was just going to ask you guys if you've heard about the new millennial fad called submagging.
No, tell me all about it.
It's when you subscribe to hundreds of magazines at the same time. It's something that the kids do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I see. I'm kind of an old school dude. I like to walk down the street, with some sort of pressed juice in my hand and look at the variety of magazines at the magazine stand. But I stand there.
Dumb.
I'm overwhelmed by the choice, and I don't want to just be carrying stacks of magazines around like a dickwad.
Right. Yeah, you sound like a fucking baby boomer asshole. Why don't you also say Merry Christmas and ride around in a Model T with cannons on it?
That was the thing that I think that is the most shameful part of the baby boomer legacy, is their adherence to the Model T Ford.
You sound like a shriveled up fucking prune man talking about your analog magazines. Now, here's the thing. Magazines, more hip than ever. Holding them physically, gross. Also, having to choose one over the other in a newsstand, go fuck yourself.
Well, it sounds like the next thing that's going to come out of your mouth, Dan Harmon, or Spencer Crittenden, is that there's some sort of app where I can find all the magazines that I've loved and cherished over the years in one place, like on my phone or my tablet.
Yep, it's called Texture.
Texture.com. Yep.
You don't sound so sure of yourself now, Dan.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't .tv. That's the cool thing about Texture. I don't have to know where it resides. I mean, I do have to know the URL.
It would be great to be able to read all my favorite magazines at a moment's notice.
Well, that's exactly what Texture is. It's an app that lets you read all the latest news and culture magazines like Vanity Fair, New York Magazine, Interview, and tons more right on your tablet or phone anytime, anywhere.
It's good to have you finally on my side, Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, we put up a show on the show, but we hate Jeff.
Well, maybe I'll go to Texture.com and see if they have a magazine called New Friends Weekly.
Well, they go beyond delivering just the magazine itself. They've made it easy to find and enjoy the articles you want to read with daily recommendations, exclusive interactive features, videos, and more.
Yeah, Jeff.
I'm going to push back now. I don't want to go to Texture.com.
Come on, you can't tell me that Texture doesn't make magazines easy. I mean, there are so many great ones out there, like People Magazine, Better Homes and Gardens, Esquire, Time, Real Simple, Car and Driver, Truck Trend.
They got any of them beaver mags?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not sure what Chatelaine is or Chatelaine French, and I'm also not sure why those are two different magazines, but I got a feeling one has to do with the degree of beaver.
Well, thank God Texture is searchable. You can mark what you like, check out back issues, view bonus video content, and they even curate articles and magazines for you or whoever you're giving it to this year.
Speaking of giving it to people, Dan, they've got Boys Life. Mm-hmm. That'll appeal to you.
Right, and I'll come right back at you and say, you're such a sexual deviant. You might enjoy country living.
Texture's normally how much a month? What am I talking here?
$9.99 a month, Jeff, and you get over 200 magazines. But if you sign up right now at Texture.com/Harmontown, you get a 14-day free trial.
Can I make a recommendation that this client probably, bristles at, but it's just the truth, and I'm on the audience's side, not theirs. Just do this easy trick. Make one of the hundreds of magazines you gain access to by getting Texture, Money Sense, one of those magazines. Learn all about money. I bet you could probably...
It'll pay for itself.
Yeah. I read an article on money that said you could save a lot of money by getting all your magazines on Texture.
I mean, we're talking about $10 for a billion magazines, and most of these magazines, you can tell just from the titles, are going to end up saving you money. Popular Mechanics. Come on.
I'm going to go to Martha Stewart Living and learn how to defraud people.
Right. Why subscribe to Martha Stewart Living when you can have all of your favorites on your smartphone or tablet all the time for way less?
And who doesn't want to check up on New York Magazine in these times of cultural civil war? Let's see what the good guys are saying.
Yeah, and they got Maxim too. If you want to have a little night thought.
Plus, Texture was selected as one of Apple's top 2016 iPad apps.
You can get a 14-day free trial at Texture when you go to Texture.com/Harmontown. Texture.com/Harmontown.
That's 14 days to try Texture for free when you go to Texture.com/Harmontown.
I'm the Texture.com cowboy. When I serve up my doggies, I like to give them bound periodicals. But being on the range with nothing but Wi-Fi and caring about this great green bosom of a planet, I don't want to leave a carbon footprint. So I serve my boys a nice can of beans and a billion magazines for $10 a month at Texture.com. And whoo boy, if you can't get yourself a hell of a deal right now, if you go to Texture.com/Harmontown.
People, Better Homes and Gardens, Esquire, Time, Real Simple, Reader's Digest, National Geographic, Sports Illustrated, Entertainment Weekly, Forbes, Vanity Fair, Vogue, Fast Company, Rolling Stone, and Cosmopolitan. Those are some goodies.
Wowee. So start your free trial now and download the Texture app.
Texture.com. Come and get it. All right. So I says to the therapist, that's how it works. And she says, well, just be there and let the God hit you in the back and go into your body. And then you'd be like, woo, it's fun to write if you suck or you're slow. And I was like, you're right. So I know how to write now.
The long and winding road.
Spencer, what's going on in politics?
Oh, let me tell you.
Spencer Politics Corner.
All right. right, you guys hear about this tower fire in London town?
Yeah.
It was a while ago. That happened. Oh boy, it was a real mess. Health and safety is a big part of governmental responsibility towards society. And they really did not hold up their end of the bargain. And you see the results of that, and it was very tragic. And man, it makes you wonder what you think when people aren't valuing the safety of the American people.
It's the flaw of capitalism.
That was the end of Spencer's politics.
I really deliver.
Capitalism needs to be, it's a great system. It's worked very well. It needs to be augmented, as in all of your pocket apps, with a additional mana currency.
Right, yeah.
Something you
What
have
about
to buy
crystals?
from the app store,
Yeah.
not just something you can generate internally, because then you can cheat at the game. You don't have to pay anything.
Right.
I recommend flogging. I think we should flog ourselves. And then you can I don't know.
In a way, those crystals, that alternate currency is political influence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty high right now, man?
What?
You high?
No way, man. Before a show?
No.
That's not professional.
I thought I would get a laugh if I asked, so it's just like I'm
it's
chasing the
too-
dragon called laughs.
It's too real.
Is
Me
there an
too,
episode,
man.
Spencer, you could think back to or point back to where you think you're the highest you've ever been? during
Oh,
Harmontown?
yeah. I would easily say 224, Enter the Dragon.
For real? Are you joking?
You're saying February
Yeah.
24th?
No,
Oh,
episode 224. Enter the Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. Ong Bak was there.
Who was?
Ong Bak. He wasn't in Enter the Dragon, but he was a hero from martial arts films. I think.
This fucker's high.
Why are you trying to ask me to remember an episode in which I was high?
Yeah, there's flawed logic there, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel like on that count, I delivered reasonably well. It's fine. You guys are fine.
Yeah,
You're more than living up to your side of the bargain, audience.
The drunkest show had to be Nashville, maybe, for you.
Oh, yeah.
And then for me, probably San Francisco towards the end of that tour. I don't remember being in San Francisco for that show.
Yeah.
I was just tits up during that one.
Yeah. Therapist gets in on me. She's trying.
Oh, Jesus.
She's trying to. She brings up the drinking like she knows, she can tell. She knows. By the way, I told you this, didn't I? Like she uses Family Guy as a reference to like.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
The second time she did it, I said, because she's like, it's like with Peter, the episode where he's got the thing. I said, therapist, if you use Family Guy as common ground to tatanka me about our feelings, I'm going to need a second therapist. Like, and I was like, I have a cartoon you could watch. And she said, I saw an episode of it. Somebody was puking everywhere. What are you, my mother? But she knows the minute that I would come in and she'd be like, well, how's your day? By the way, first thing I gotta say, I spent the weekend watching Rick and Morty. That show is amazing. It would be like 3 weeks later, I'd be like gone. It's like there is something sick about. I think she knows that. She sees a lot of writers and people working TV and stuff. So I think she knows. I don't know if I don't think she's lying when she says she's only seen one episode. I think she's just like, I'm not gonna become a fan of this windbag, because all his problems stem from his ability to like manipulate and control and dominate.
That's a total sacrificing of the status that she needs to have in that room.
She needs to be formidable for me to listen to her about
Also,
like.
I tried to watch Family Guy 3 times because people kept telling me how good it is. That show sucks. It sucks. It's not funny. It's not. You can see every joke coming a mile away. It's so.
I've never
whack.
seen a frame of it, so I'm out of this conversation.
Not a frame?
I don't want any feuds.
It's the Toby Keith of animation.
I'll say is I've heard about the show. I know I have lots of people that worked on it, and I know that your objection to Rick and Morty can't be a guy was puking. I've heard people fuck horses on that show and stuff.
Yeah, people even puke on that show. Rob Schraub's been sending me those little voice messages you could do in iMessages, and they're impressions of Peter Griffin. They're like, "Hey, Spencer, it's me." And it's just like, he's just saying, "Hope you have a good morning."
Can you play one on your phone? Do you have any handy?
Let me see, yeah. Stretch.
Stretch. That's our whole show. What do you think? What do you think
really,
Dan's
cover
40-minute
for me.
monologue was called?
I really need you to cover for me.
I was listening to Daft Punk today. Well, I was writing with Mike McMahon, we were working on this treatment that we've been spending all this time on. And Daft Punk was on. He likes Daft Punk. I don't know anything about Daft Punk, and it was an album like they just. I don't know how recent it is, but they did an album that was kind of like them making music with fans or something like that. So there's like and there's an interview on the album with like a guy who invented the drum machine or the metronome or something like that. There's a guy talking and I. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. There was that, but that's not how this conversation happened. There was a song where someone was like singing in robot voice. They were going like, "Everybody." Oh, that's not a robot. You can't do an impression of a robot.
That was Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, I thought I could just do an impression of yeah. But you know that robot voice, like not Cher auto-tune voice, but just like Take Me to Funky Town robot voice, like old school Cylons. Kids, I will make you 40 before I'm 50, and then I'm gonna retire, and you're gonna take over, and I'm gonna be in the Caymans. Just counting my Michael Jackson chimp movie money. $100 from Netflix. They really got an iron grip on this industry. I'm sure they pay very fairly. I haven't closed my deal.
All right, Spencer, do you have it?
I think
Let's try to see
Well,
if
let
that
me
works.
finish my story because I'll never.
All right, well, I'm going to lose it then.
Story, let's put in air quotes. It's more of a slice of life.
Can you catch me up?
I was listening to Daft Punk and there was a robot voice guy.
Oh, right.
Not being that familiar with Daft Punk, I was like, is the person singing in the robot filter? Is that the Daft Punk man? Is he like is there like a lead singer and does he do a lot of robot singing? And Mike said no, it's like a guest vocalist, like they're largely a instrumental group and. But they're French, so I don't think they would want to sing because then it would just sound weird because they'd be like, "You must listen to the robots," and I thought that was really funny. You must listen to the robots. I wrote it down and fuck you. I knew it wasn't gonna land. I knew
it got some laughs.
I was like, I wanted to share it like that. You need to know that I didn't expect you to laugh.
They did laugh.
It's a little glimpse into your day. It's a nice moment we had there. It was
You need to listen to the robots. It's funny. I don't know. You don't think about how antithetical French stuff is to robot stuff. It's not like something you think about, but then you go like, yeah, that's not near each other on the color wheel. No good reason, but just kind of funny, the idea of a French robot or a French robotics. I'm sure they're very capable. Man, did you see that thing? Of course you saw that thing, but the Afghani girl robotics team that couldn't get in the country.
Bullshit.
I mean, could you like somebody go down there with a briefcase and be like, oops, like you pass, like they're not even concerned about the PR thing. Then be concerned. You just turned away a bunch of people that were like, oh, I know why I'm not, going to cause any trouble. It's because I want to be in the world of technology and all this shit. And then they're like, nope, back to Afghanistan with you. But one thing has changed about you on this trip. You now hate America. So do what you will with your robotic skills, which are now part of a rogue state.
And if your angle is that we don't want Afghani robot ladies here because they're against the American way, a Nazi put us on the moon.
I don't understand. I just can't. What is the mentality? I don't understand. Wait, what do you think?
Okay, we got a new remix coming next week. Zach, do we have the guy from our remix? I think it was a guy, the person that made the SoundCloud thing. Yeah, can we have? Remember, I don't know if you heard last week, but Dan did a little Daft Punk stutter, and
you played that already? You played that at the beginning.
Did they play it already?
You played it at the top of the.
Oh, it wasn't me. I walked on stage not knowing that was it. So we've already heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the podcast.
Oh, let's play it. I want to hear it.
All right. I'll take the time off. I'll listen to the show.
It's kind of long though, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay, we'll hear a bit of it, and then if we've had enough, we'll cut it.
I'm just saying. Look, I've said it before, and I know everybody that understands this. I don't need to say it to them, and so who am I talking to? There's some racist listening who's like, "Oh, that's what I needed to hear." But let me just try. Racist who's listening. Racist Harmontown fan. Okay, white racist Harmontown fan. Okay, so right now you are proud of your race, right? I'm hearing you say yes. The reason you're proud of your race is because it's better than other races, right? Okay, great. Who cares? Why I can't follow this lie. Why do you care? You're an idiot. You are what? Wait, you know you're dumb, don't you? Like, do you think you're gonna have a job in the white racist empire? They're gonna outsource. They're not gonna be like, oh, every goober gets a fucking Secretary of Defense position. It's like, wait, what? You're not special. The reason you're proud of your race is because it's the only thing Republicans couldn't take from you before you were born. You're proud of the only thing that can't be stripped off of your body and put in the mail to the government. Like, just realize that what you think is being proud of your race is you actually being proud of being poor and proud of being a working class person, and then look around you and understand that you're wrong about everything. You're wrong about everything. It only takes 5 seconds for that to hurt. It's just going to hurt for 5 seconds. No one's going to crawl in. Jeepers Creepers isn't going to come take your eyes because you're wrong about everything. Nobody wants your pants. You don't even have any. You don't have anything. That's why you're mad, and you're not gonna get a jet ski or a tet ski. That's not how these people work. And you can Google it. You can look back. They don't help the working man. They don't do it. They don't turn around and go, "Thank you so much. Thank you for helping us. You were pretty racist. That's how we got to the top. Stay racist. Here's your money. Here's your money." They never do that last part. They never make it rain on racists. They just they go secretly have sex with exotic women in some dungeon somewhere, and while they spend all of your labor doing wars that won't work, because all they really want is to justify their own emergency. Like Donald Trump knows that everywhere he goes, things start falling apart, and he knows when things start falling apart, you start making rules go out the window. So he doesn't understand rules, so he's just gonna stand in the middle of America and go "Here I am," and he's just you can hear it buckling. He loves it. And we keep going, "You're making it buckle." And he's like, "Nah." He knows he is. He loves it. He's never going to be shamed into submission. Someone go arrest him. All right. Go arrest him. Or don't. I'm 44. I live on a big hill in a blue state. I got a gun and a bunch of water. I'm not telling this to you, racist person, to help me. You're gonna wash my car no matter what. You're a racist.
Okay, that took a weird turn. That went.
When I get a Tesla,
you lost a little high ground on that one.
No, I'm saying look, I could put on a red cap and just vanish into the woodwork and be like, "Yay, Nazis! I love it." I'm not doing it because I'm cool, like Alec Baldwin. No, I'm not doing it. The reason I'm not doing it is because I know I got a big mouth and I'm going to be dead. But I'll just say this, and then the racist can stop listening. I got a gun. Like, stop saying shit in my Instagram, and like, it's zero sum. Like, you're not gonna make me change. Like, you gotta come get me, and I got a gun. Like, just, you know.
That's maybe don't. Maybe don't put that hook in the water.
And how much water did you say you have?
and it's just the one gun, right?
But I've been watching. I think I'm going to be okay in a racist siege of my home because I've been watching like these Jan Michael Vincent movies like Defiance. You just put nails in boards underneath all the windows, and then when they come in, they're like, "Ow!" It's kind of like Home Alone. It's the original. Defiance is the original Home Alone. It's like.
Give us a bit of that remix, Zach.
I want my bureaucracy back. I want my fucking transparent collusion between two corporations that just rig debates and fucking just hang out back. Like, and it's like, okay, so that system wasn't working for other people, so I'm guilty of these crimes, right? But then again, I didn't inherit my fucking money. I worked for it. So, okay, now I sound Republican.
Somebody make that a remix. Stop it there. Who made that, Zach? We'll find. I'll tweet it out. I think
Koresh or something.
By the way, that's what the Russia thing is. Are we not? Nobody's talking about that. Isn't the Russia thing? It's like a white country, right? That's like the unspoken thing. Like that's why everyone's like, who cares if they're the people on the bad guys?
It's not that unspoken. It's like a Eurasian identity thing. The Russians are the true Eurasians.
Yeah.
There's that stuff's out there.
Yeah. Like it's like oh well, yeah. I mean, it's like, man, all right, let's just do it. Let's dance.
Yeah.
I got a gun.
White people can't dance.
Civil War with drones. Toys R Us drones. There's gonna be like fucking hand grenades falling off onto your roof for like, somebody's drone, and you're gonna be like, that sounds like a Rick and Morty drone from Topic. That's got a range of 30 meters. Let's split up and cover the area. And people are gonna be brothers killing brothers. Yeah. For what? For some memes.
All right,
For some dank memes. I hope they were real dank.
How dank do you think your memes currently are?
They're not memes, and I'm a hobbyist photo editor. I bought an iPad 10.5-inch Pro with ProMotion technology embedded in the glass that has a variable refresh rate.
Variable?
It's not like random. Like what do you call it? Not the other word for variable that means like it's
adjustable.
No, selective. I think it might be selective.
Variable.
Systematic.
It's
I
all
think
systematic.
That was way too much confidence for that guess. It wasn't a bad guess, but that was so confident for just like really, it's just like a thing. Yeah. Systematic.
Applesauce.
It was an okay guess. You should have said it this loud. Systematic. And you should have handled on the end like systematic. I don't know. It was worth that. You're like systematic. I've got it.
I'll handle this.
I mean, everything is systematic. That's except love.
Whoa.
Who's that guy? What's that guy doing? What was that guy? What's he doing?
Spencer, you got the Schraub messages?
Well, I did.
Oh yeah.
For a
Okay.
while.
Let's hear these Peter Griffin. This is Rob Schraub
All right.
calling you as Peter Griffin.
Let's see if this works, huh? It's not gonna.
I can plug into mine if you want to.
I bet we all can.
It's me.
The night is very young.
Is it making any sound? I guess I would hear it if it were. Yeah. Well, that didn't
Here,
work.
give it to me. Can I play through mine?
Give it to you.
Oh,
What?
we can hear it? Oh, just pump it up.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Sorry, everybody. Let's cut this whole episode.
I've been on fire.
No, you've been on
It's
fire.
me, Peter Griffin. Stewie and I wanted to remind you to watch Family Guy on Fox.
Last time I saw Plug That Bad, I was with Britney Spears.
There it is.
Wait, can you, now that the volume is up, can you play it from the top
Yeah.
again?
Well, can we even maybe raise the volume a little bit more?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you pump up the volume, Zach?
Hitting it.
Hey, Spencer.
There we
it's
go.
me, Peter Griffin. Stewie and I wanted to remind you to watch Family Guy on Fox.
Last time I saw Plug That Bad, I was with Britney Spears.
Wait, now I want 40 of these. Do you have another one?
He leaves multiple.
Yeah, there was one other one, but they get disappeared, and I didn't think to save it, so it's gone.
That was still satisfying. I love
Yeah,
that.
that was pretty good.
Where is Schraub? How come he doesn't come to the show anymore?
He's got a wife.
He had a wife when he was on the show, too?
Well, that's just what he says. I don't know. I believe him, but
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be great for him to be here tonight.
yeah.
But remember when Norman Lear was here? Whew.
Wait, was Rob misbehaving during Norman Lear?
He was great.
It'd be great for anybody to be here. You know, I'm on fire, but how much more can I burn? How much God can I let through me? Let's see. Let's find out. Women be shopping. No.
But you're saying you want God to pass through you, but then you also told us earlier that you are God. So how does that?
What do you think happens when God passes through you? And what was my therapy story about? I'm saying I used to let God go through the hole. Now God comes in, he don't get out. Now
you're like a roach motel for God.
Yeah. Or I caught God like a leprechaun. Right. And I wished for the gold of good writing.
But does God want to get out? He probably wants to get out.
He might miss his old life from time to time, but he wanted to see what it's like to be me. So, all
right,
I'm so like what? I can't let him out. I'm not God.
I thought you are God, not that God's inside you.
Yeah, but he's trapped. I'm saying I can't. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, you're God. You just don't want God to get out because then you're not going to be God anymore. And then you're going to go, oh, shit, I should have kept God in there. And you know that God's not coming back in you when you let him out. You're like, that fucker kept me in there for like four weeks.
You're making me sound like the devil now. As if you're making it sound like I really tricked God because I was really the devil. And now I trapped him. And now I have all God's power. And I'm actually the devil here on earth.
Right.
To woo people with my liberal virtue signaling into an antichrist movement that appears on its face to be a holy cult. But that's how I get you. And then you have the number Harmon on your head. And then it's like doomsday. And it turns out Trump was Christ.
Boy, the joke
Think about it. Like, would you, if you were the Antichrist, would you come back as a person who looked exactly like the Antichrist and acted like him? It's Jesus has come back in the form of Donald Trump, and because he's we're literally going to crucify him. But you need a reason. I don't know. It's a working theory. I had another theory that we're in his dream. because he's just like we're all just like it just took us this long to start realizing like because he's about to die and his dream of old age and like his dream's going to be over.
Good save.
And so it's kind of like the end, the whole end of everything, like where it's like the coalescing, like we walked around thinking we were a part of this like regular world, but we didn't know we were just like
we're in a Jacob's
dream.
Ladder scenario.
Yeah, I guess so. But we're all Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yeah.
We're back to We're back on Home Alone again. What's going on?
No, he's in Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to spoil Jacob's Ladder, but Macaulay Culkin's in it. It sounds like a joke, but he is. And if I tell you who he is, it's kind of a spoiler because he's Tim Robbins' dead son.
That sounds a lot like a spoiler.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like it.
Yeah.
Where is our Macaulay Culkin? Is he doing all right?
I think he would say yes, but I think like objective reports are that he seems like he's not well.
Right.
That if you see him out, that he's he could use a hug.
Right.
And maybe like some broccoli. But you know who hangs out with him? Seth Green. So
yeah?
we could have Seth on and we could ask him, how's Macaulay doing?
We could have Macaulay on, probably.
Macaulay on.
Bring him some broccoli. Hug the shit out of him. But when Macaulay comes, we're going to put boards with nails into all the windows. We're going to fucking get that guy.
You guys saw the theory online that Macaulay Culkin's character in Home Alone grows up to become Jigsaw? It's pretty well thought out. The time works. It works really well. That he like gets a taste for human trapping and.
Wait, the timeline works pretty well.
I think so.
In that Home Alone happened before Saw movies.
I can tell from the tone of your voice that you're about to prove me wrong. So
well, no, I just
it?
think that's very sound if you're saying that Home Alone came out before the Saw movies.
You're sarcastically high-fiving me.
I don't, I'm not going to comment on your commenting because it might be right or it might be wrong. But
you're saying, of course, the timing works. One movie is set.
Well, yeah. Well,
in the 80s and
he's
one
a
movie.
kid, and then presumably Jigsaw is older. So yeah, that works out perfectly. How would it not? How would that not work?
Stay down, Dad. Stay down.
It would have to be.
No, I'm not going to stay down because you clearly haven't seen the Saw franchise. They fuck with nonlinear storytelling a lot. There's a lot of flashbacks to like he works in a soup kitchen in the 80s or something. So maybe it doesn't work. So there.
Oh, okay. But then there's that flash forward in Home Alone 3 where he's working at that soup kitchen.
What is that? What does that talk boy say? What's the you filthy animal?
Hey kids, we're home early. That's the only one I remember.
Someone says that?
It's in the. I think it's in the commercial.
One of the bandits says that.
No, the talk boy, right?
The talk boy says, "Hey kids, we're home early."
In the commercial, he goes, "Hey kids, we're home early," and then he pitches it down, and it goes, "Hey kids, we're home early."
It's fucking terrifying.
And then the boyfriend, he gets uncomfortable because he was getting a little close, you know.
Oh, so in the commercial,
if the parents were coming home,
it's a little kid using it to freak out his teenage, sounds like slut-shamed sister.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not her fault. It's his fault. It's 9/11.
It's 9/11.
Really?
Wow.
Remember that video we saw?
You know it's hot in Burbank when only a part of the audience cheers for 9/11.
Hey gang, it's Jeff Davis, Spencer Crittenden, and Dan Harmon from Harmontown, here to talk about snacks.
How many times have you been hungry?
14,000. I'm hungry right now. I woke up and didn't get anything to eat.
Me neither.
Well, what are the two of you going to do to resist the temptation to just garb on some garbage food?
A lot of people don't know this, but the kids are calling junk food snacking garbin. That's when you snack on garbage. I wish there were a way to snack on healthier treats that made snacking fun, tasty, and a little better for you.
What the kids are calling healthin'.
Well, I've got good news for both of you. It's the good news that comes in a box. a healthy box called Nature Box at naturebox.com.
NatureBox makes snacks that actually taste great and are better for you, created with high-quality ingredients that are free from artificial colors, flavors, and sweeteners, so you feel great about snacking and cut out the garbin'.
Yeah, man, check out like some of my favorite baked treats are cashew crumbles, some of my favorite dried fruits, the Fuji apples. They got some of my favorite granola and oatmeal offerings like Italian pasta and bean soup.
They've also got Coco Cashew Crisp, who is my favorite baseball player. I didn't know his middle name was Cashew, though.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys had heard about this when I brought it up.
Yeah.
You've kind of played dumb.
Well, we're friends.
You seem so cocksure about it.
I was groggy because I haven't had my Nature Box yet today.
With Nature Box, you'll never get bored of snacking. That's the worst when you're if you're just snacking and you're bored doing it, then you're not snacking for the right reasons anymore, man.
Yeah, it's like empty calories for empty, hollow reasons.
Yeah, it used to be about the passion. Now you're just bored snacking. With Nature Box, though, you'll never get bored because there's new snacks each month. They've got like hundreds of different snacks. Some might say too many snacks.
Well, maybe you guys should tell me how do I go there? I know it's called naturebox.com, but what do I do?
It's simple. Go to naturebox.com and check out their snack catalog. There are over 100 snacks to choose from, and they're constantly adding delicious new snacks. Choose the snacks you want, and they'll deliver them right to your door.
And right now, you'll save even more because NatureBox is offering Harmontown fans 50% off your first order when you go to naturebox.com/Harmontown.
Oh, so there's a secret special web URL where the snacking can be even more passionate.
Yeah. You can combine your love of Harmontown and your love of such things as dried pears.
Are you an empire in decline? Has it gotten to the point where you're just trying to use the internet to change how you eat snacks? Somewhere within the next 3 years, our nation will be taken over by a fascist movement that doesn't even know it's a fascist movement. And you'll want to have eaten as much as you can before you find yourself on a dock trading blowjobs for doubloons that you can use to buy fresh water. In a world controlled by brute, thuggish, cowardly strength.
In a world controlled by brute, thuggish, cowardly strength, it'll be useful to have a box of snacks to barter for your life instead of blowjobs when it comes to finding doubloons.
Yeah, one day you'll find yourself not just trading, your child for a can of gas, but you can also you can maybe offer that brute strength person some peanut butter num-nums.
Right.
Naturebox.com /Harmontown offers you a wide variety of boxes of convenient care packages you can drop between the floorboards of your house should you be a brave individual sheltering illegal immigrants.
Dan, next to your gun and all of your water, do you have just hoarded boxes of Nature Box?
I'm going to. I call it my social earthquake kit.
Now, it's comforting to know that I live in the same neighborhood as somebody who not only has weaponry, clean water, but also Italian pasta and bean soup, creme brulee peanuts. Those would be a nice salve on the terror of our time.
So, are you telling me that Dan's stockpiling weapons, water, and snacks that actually taste great and are better for you, created with high quality ingredients that are free from artificial colors, flavors, and/or sweeteners, so you can feel great about snacking in the apocalypse?
That is precisely what I'm talking about. He even has some snacks that sound like they might be able to help you in a fight, like Kung Pao pretzels.
That's naturebox.com /Harmontown for 50% off your first order.
When the government no longer worky, you at least have teriyaki turkey jerky.
Fuji apples, carrot fruit chews. Afterwards with NatureBox, you'll never lose. NatureBox recently made their service even better. Now you can order as much as you want, as often as you want, with no minimum purchase required, and you can cancel at any time. naturebox.com /Harmontown for 50% off your first order.
Let's get back to the podcast.
I hope it's hotter up here than it is down there, but probably not. It's probably
Are you guys
kinda
dying
humid.
out there?
I'm under lights, but you guys are.
Yeah, it's
It's not great. It's mostly
like
so still.
roaches, kind of like on top of each other. Do you know roaches love there's some word for it. They're more comfortable when they're on top of each other.
That's nice.
They're like kind of like when you see a lone roach, you're seeing a roach that is like
stressed
that
out.
feels the way you feel when you see a roach. it's like a Woody Allen roach. It's like I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. That was a terrible.
So your Roach is an older Jewish man from New York?
Well, isn't he an ant or something?
Yeah, but
So
like,
that's kinda
who
similar.
can't do a Woody Allen impression? I guess me. That's pretty interesting to find out.
Try again.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to a break, and on the break, we cut out your attempt.
All right, well, let's go to a break. A word from one of our sponsors that you don't have to listen to if you paid $5 a month.
Right.
And I'm going to show you some special things.
Yeah. And if you didn't pay $5, you can fast forward like everybody else does.
No, wait, what was your impression, though? The impression was going to be special.
Yeah.
Well, let's not deal with it.
Okay, Dan, what are you doing? Dan's going to his iPad.
We really are taking a break. Well, the thing is, this isn't actually going to get cut out of the
Dan,
podcast.
Dan, the point is not to take a break from the paying people that came here to this show. These people are actually still human beings that are sweating in front of us.
I can't figure out how to do a mid-roll break.
That was pretty good. That was good. All right, now do a Roach, but as Walter Matthau.
I'm gonna eat this dried puddle of milk.
So this is obviously this is
that
the
photo app.
Commander in Chief, but yeah, this photo app I got, Affinity Photo. This is an unpaid endorsement. It's the greatest photo editing app for the iPad. But I was doing this thing where I spent a long time. Look at this. Like I made like his yeah. Isn't that creepy? It's almost as creepy as this.
Face.
I think this might be a new a new hobby or fetish of mine, like erasing people's faces and just trying to nail the like what their head would look like if the skin was if they were just a skin head.
He looks like a thumb with a fungal thing going on. Oh no.
I didn't like finish, I was just doing this backstage and whatever. I'm not gonna do it in front of you guys. I don't want you in on this process. But I don't know. Maybe this could be an app. Oh, there's a square
Face
hole.
swapping?
Oh yeah, like face. That's a good title. I like that. Could make millions. It's face swapping, the app that lets you swap your face on a square with the president.
Does it have to be a square? Is it always a square?
Well, I just made it a square. I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun, Right. Just trying to have fun. I'm not making dank memes, and I'm not trying to offend you. I really resent that. I like the idea that I'm like what do you think? Like that just makes me so mad because these little urchins, these little fucking monster boys, like they're like, oh, we make dank memes and that's how we hacked the presidency. And I was like, oh, what are you trying to do? Because they'll like put Trump's head on a naked lady and it was like, is that supposed to like hurt us? No, I don't think about you. Hate you. Like I'm putting the fucking like president's head on a naked lady because I'm cool.
You had a Pornhub alert pop up on the screen there. Power down.
We're back. So I accidentally found, because I'm into like pantyhose and tights and things, and I stumbled into this new branch of porn, and sometimes I think it's driven by if you're like writing at a deadline. I found that, and Cody has found this too, because she's writing it off. She's in self-imposed like retreat right now writing, and she was like, damn, 5 Hour Energies. And I was like, wait, did you combine it with Adderall? Because 5 Hour Energy plus Adderall is like new porn folder. Like you're gonna make some discoveries. You're gonna boldly go. Some like I don't. And so I already have like this leg and hosiery kind of like thing, and I ended up, there's this whole like it's strap on, it's lesbian strap on porn, like it's like starts with like two women in pantyhose, and then one of them puts but it's strapless, strap-on. Because there's a little dildo part that goes into the vagina of the woman that's going to do the endowment, the investment.
Oh.
But so it's like, and then they do it like with the dildo, but then also a lot of them, they have like a money shot because they have it's like a special effect dildo, and then the woman pulls out, and like since they know it's fake, they can just go with like copious amounts. So it's like a weird art piece, and it's just like slow motion.
Wait, there's fake semen inside the strap on.
Try to keep up.
And how do they? What's the trigger system on that?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's like they do this with guys. You ever see like regular porn, like where it's like, oh wait, that's a fake cum shot. It's like I don't know if they do like maybe the guy has like a tube under the dick or something, and they'll like cut to a different angle, and then the guy will be like, oh, and then like all this like cake batter will just fly out. And you're just like, well, that doesn't really. I mean, you jumped the shark here. Like, it doesn't really. You should, if you just did that, but choked up on the bat. Like, no pun intended. But I guess I don't know. It's something interesting. Like when there's like women, like beautiful women, and then it's high def, and then I don't know. I got like 8 or 9 videos now that are like, wow, I feel so cosmopolitan. I'm into like lesbian strap-on action.
Yeah,
with a crazy Rick Baker special effect cum shot.
That is so cosmopolitan of you. I love that.
I feel like I should drink a mojito and listen to NPR.
And
I should
we're
support
back.
public radio. I'm so.
Is there what's the handle for that?
I find it ironic that I felt just a little bit of judgment from you, but you're writing this down.
The cap is on my pen.
You can't wait to hear this because you want to know.
I'm just
It
curious.
sounds hot to you. Admit it.
It doesn't. It sounds okay.
It sounds hot.
Yeah.
He had me.
I don't know if I need the Rick Baker.
I'm watching it on Pornhub. The thing in the corner, I'm trying to remember. It says like
Rick Baker cum shot.
Picture it.
Strap on.
It says I want to say straplessdildo.com. Well, there's Fieldo is the name of what those things are, right?
Field.
Right. Fieldo, I guess, because you can
feel it while you're doing.
Because as opposed to a strap-on, that's just like yeah.
Right.
It makes sense. It's like hey, it's progressive.
It sounds like potentially everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
Everyone's a wiener. Everyone has a wiener inside them. Everyone is a win. Or everyone. I'm going to get back to you on this one.
It's not about whether you win or lose.
Nice.
It's how you play the game. Yeah. That wasn't that good.
Let's bring Steve Levy up to the stage.
Steve Levy. Whoa.
What was that?
He just farted.
What?
Wait, what was that? What was that sound?
That wasn't from me.
He's gonna blame the chair, but it was he clearly farted when he came on stage.
Do we have playback on that?
I think that was from the audience.
It sounded like a chair that was squeaking.
I think.
Well, no, it didn't. It sounded like a funny, playful fart, but I can use my
Honestly, I thought it was you.
What's the weirdest porn you've landed on lately while you're tweaking out on legal meth?
Legal meth?
Yeah, Adderall.
I don't take Adderall.
I know. We'll just roll with this.
Have you ever done any drug, any illegal substance?
No.
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks.
Well done. You wanna try some right now?
What do you got?
I got.
Do you drink at all, Steve Levy?
I don't. I've never had a drink in my life.
What? Really?
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
I don't know. I guess not in my life, like you're like Superman.
Yeah, but also Steve's one of those people that thinks butt chugging doesn't count.
I've never. But in college, I had friends who always threatened to get me basted, which is where they take vodka in a turkey baster and you shove it up your ass and squeeze it out.
Wow.
And get drunk really fast, apparently.
Yeah. Also, you find out who your friends aren't, or are. They also make one where the turkey baster goes inside your butt, and then you put it in somebody else's butt. It's called a.
I have always heard you said that's called
feelster.
basting. I always heard that's called a slow Thanksgiving. It's like slow news day. Slow Thanksgiving.
Conversation sort of hit a lull. Where's that vodka? That's the thing. That's fucking wow. Yeah.
Basting? Is that what you're wowing at?
As a thing, I'm wowing that.
I wonder who's doing that. Like, the idea, it's youth, because they're saying, like, whoa, it's all about the thrill. I'm like the Chuck Yeager of getting drunk.
You also don't need that much, and it gets you drunk.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need that much. Like, I'm sure the college kids doing this are probably have a support system.
I think it was more a problem in high schools.
Right.
How is it different than butt chugging?
It's the same, I think.
You can.
Right?
You don't have to do like a
comes back
handstand.
out
I guess
quick.
you can just. You have the apparatus to go and squeeze the desired amount of vodka inside you.
Yeah, and they thought it was clever getting basted.
It sounds great.
It's just amazing that I didn't have friendships like that where it was like okay, put this in my butt. Like I'm not trying to be homophobic.
Well,
I'm saying like it's very intimate.
Right.
Like at an age when you're most defensive and all that stuff. But then you hear stories like people's sexual development, like people summer camp stories and things. It's like different. It's like everybody has like a weird story from their life. Like there's nobody got through with what anyone would describe as a normal sexual development. Like everyone has like one like thing that will make other people go, wait, what? Wow. But like and like yeah, you know, one thing that I never did was like, well, I mean, I told you guys about the humping the pillows with my friend, like, yeah. But
I had a friend that we were sitting. This is like, I think it might have been our first year of college, but we're hanging out at our friend's from high school's house, and we're hanging out, and I won't say his name, but a good friend of mine to this day. He was a very interesting, sexually active at a very young age guy. Like having sex with like married women when he was like in high school and stuff like that. And we're sitting around just drinking in my friend's living room, and the guy whose house it was, his father was like a sheriff, like an LA County sheriff, and we're just hanging around. And they had a cocker spaniel, and my friend, let's just call him Dale, goes to the kitchen, takes peanut butter, puts it all over his dick, and calls the cocker spaniel over there, and the dog loved it. Mick seemed to love. Oops, Dale seemed to love it. He won't care. It fucking happened. He's a fucking lunatic.
Wait.
It's my friend Mick, all right? And we watched the dog lick peanut butter off his balls, and he was hysterical with laughter.
His balls or
off
dick?
Balls. I think the dick. I think mostly the dick.
And while he was laughing, did he have a hard on?
No, it wasn't hard. But like, if you knew him for 5 seconds, you saw his dick 3 times. His dick was always out. But on this occasion, he was giving the dog a little treat, and made himself hysterical with laughter. And we were just like, we're leaving. We're going somewhere else.
Well, this reminds me of a conversation I had with Rob Schraub last weekend.
Oh,
you want to put it up on the...
I mean, I don't know that we should put this up.
Okay.
I'll describe.
I say we put it up, and we have to cut it out if we have to cut it out.
No, you can't cut it out. It's live.
Yeah.
Dan, I know that.
I get a... First thing that happens is I get a random text from Schraub. I'll show it to Harmon. It's a
picture, it looks like.
Oh, it's a picture. It's a picture of an uncircumcised guy naked with a Cheeto in his dick.
No.
Holding a handful of Cheetos.
I mean, we should show this to everybody.
No, you can't. You can't show that video. You can't show that video.
Okay. It's a video.
Wait.
It's copyrighted.
You want to show the photo?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean,
All right. Yeah. You want to put?
We're showing the photo of Cheeto Dick?
It's a guy. Yeah.
Some people call him Cheeto Dick.
And then Spencer can describe it for our home
I think
listeners.
we're going to find out why. This is going to be
all right,
just
so
podcast paradise. Nope. That's not even Cheetos.
All right,
Those are cheese puffs. That's a cheese puff.
All right,
That's even bigger than a Cheeto.
So okay. So yeah. Here's my conversation. I said, why? And he said, sorry. And then I said, haha. And then he said, did you see that soccer player do a Rick and Morty reference? And I said, I miss you, Rob. Hope you're doing well. I said, no, I didn't. He said, it's fucking insane. Harmon has to know about it. I can't believe he hasn't said anything. And I said, send me the clip. All right. I don't know if it's whatever. Fuck it. He sent it to me, right?
Yeah.
So okay, here it is, the Rick and Morty soccer clip.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Spencer, you want to explain for the people that saved $5 this one?
Yeah, there was a soccer clip, and it quickly cut to an old man or woman lying.
You know, listeners, for $5 a month,
being licked by cows.
You can see Rob Schraub rickroll you into watching a man's dick be sucked by a cow.
It was a guy laying down in a field, and I mean, first it was soccer.
Yeah, for three seconds, it's a clip of a.
Schraub does this thing where he does these clips where it's like someone's about to hit a baseball, and then like because I think there's what are the videos like that where it's like your sense of anticipation as a viewer is heightened because something's about to happen, like a baseball's about to get hit or something's about to impact, and then it'll cut to like a crazy porn clip with like a woman getting hit in the face with a giant dick or something, and this one was a soccer game, and a guy's about to kick what will either be a goal or not a goal. So now you're invested. You lean in, and it cuts to, as his foot impacts the ball, it cuts to a man laying in a field with multiple cows around him.
One cow is kissing his ear.
One cow is kissing his ear. No nipple play. But the main cow, I'll call him, is look. I mean, it's like he's. I mean,
you'll
like,
see why in a second.
He's suckling on his penis, I guess. I hope he's not chewing on it. I hope he thinks it's an udder, not a field.
It's disturbing because the cow is like going up and down, and it was an unfortunate clip to receive, and I didn't send it to you. I didn't send it.
But the guy's
he sent it to me. He's crazy.
Oh, okay,
Schraub.
Yeah. All right.
You got to be so relaxed to not fidget during that. He was so still, like he was completely.
He knows that. Well, he's been out there hours. You have to stay still to get the cows to come.
Right.
It's like seagull hunting, right?
Yeah. Did I tell you guys about the time that I scared a bunch of buffaloes?
No.
So, like, I was camping on Catalina
As long
Island.
as you scared the whole buffalo, then you're...
I was camping on Catalina Island, and there was just a bunch of buffalo had wandered in, and so I snuck into the middle of the pile of buffalo or whatever. Not a pile. It was like a group, though. And then I played a really loud sound on, like, an emergency radio. It, like, had a siren. And then all of the buffalo, like, scattered in all directions. But I didn't realize that they could have scattered in, like, one direction and, like, just ran me over. And I could have just been murdered on an island.
Yeah, you forced a stampede that you could have been right in the middle of.
Yeah, and I definitely would have deserved it.
Really dumb way to die.
Yeah.
They must have thought you looked like an alligator.
Right. It sounded like
just
one.
enough. I think I'm sure we need to hire like a person who's just in charge of telling. If we can go like, I'm sure I've said this before, and then the person could go, yes, you did. Let's go have a little alcoholic like deputy, but. But I was sitting with Dino and we were talking about buffalo. I was like, have you had buffalo meat or something like that? I'm like, buffalo meat? This is an endangered species. He's like, no, they're fine now, I guess. I was like, what? How do we... Wait, we saved buffalo? And he's like, yeah, they're fine. There's like 1 million of them or whatever. I'm like, well, that's not a lot. And it's like, don't get off on a tangent in your retelling of this. And I won't. But I was like, how did we save buffalo that fast? There's all these endangered species. And he said, Dino said, well, have you ever seen a female buffalo? And he whistled. He did the, I can't whistle. He's like, did that whistle while his hands formed the perfect outline of a buffalo. I mean, it's like he went. It was like if there was a hieroglyphic of a buffalo, he just traced it with his hands while making that whistle. It was the funniest. And then Trump got elected.
All right, let's play some D&D before we have to get the hell out of here.
All right.
You good to go?
Sure.
Dan, you good to go?
Dank memes.
Let's do it.
All right. Last time on Harmontown, you guys were breaking and entering the Fell household. You were trying to get inside because the local prior had told you to do so. Diarrhea Jr. climbed in the window and subdued Tom, and everyone broke in the house and started a fire. They went upstairs, and there was Bonnie Fell underneath the bed, stabbing at ankles, shanking at your legs. But you overcame and doused holy water on the demon and purged it from the body of Cliff Fell, the young sick child, saving the day and leaving the family in disarray. You put out the fire and watched as the ghost left the house, seeming to beckon you as it did so. That's where we are.
That's right.
Something like that.
I give... Do I have any money? Yeah, I give them like 4 gold pieces for the trouble.
All right, well, mark it down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I need a pencil. I don't want to write in my sheet.
I only got pens.
I'll mark it on my notes.
All right.
Fell family, I'm not going to pretend we did everything right with your situation. We rolled in, we improvised. There was collateral damage. But your son's no longer ghostified, and we're gonna continue to try to make this countryside safe for good people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, that ghost outside that just left Cliff's body is beckoning us. I said we follow that ghost.
We're gonna follow Archer's ghost.
I'm already
That's your
following
other,
the ghost, right?
dead son.
That's true.
And we can't hurt him. So
daughter.
Don't worry.
Is it Archer's
Daughter?
ghost?
Wait,
Yeah. The demon's dead, right?
What?
Did the demon get killed? Because Archer's...
Oh, yeah, the demon got killed.
Okay, so we're following Archer's ghost, the dead son, right now.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Daughter.
It's a daughter.
Daughter, sorry. Archer's a daughter?
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
All right. It is to Archer.
You're
Yeah.
right. It's not a big deal, Tom
Right.
Fell.
Tom
Good on
Fell's-
you.
Tom Fell's unconscious.
All right, so...
and yet woke.
So we run downstairs, or I run downstairs, and go off in pursuit of the ghost?
Yep.
All right. It seems to be going a bit north towards the edge of town, the location of the graveyard.
Even though I don't need it because we're following a ghost, I use no direction so I can discern north.
Oh, it's that way.
All right. I just wanted to use that.
Is that a level 0 spell?
Yes.
Good.
While we're walking, notes, diarrhea. How do you think that went down? What did we do right? How can we avoid?
I wasn't, I got caught up in the moment, and I wasn't really paying attention to what you guys were doing.
Woody woodpeckers are...
I'm really ashamed of myself, and I let fear take over. I should have just talked to that woman before acting so violently, Man. It wasn't very churchly of me.
Well, we're a different kind of church.
We're part of the church militant. We're out here to kick butt and take...
Diarrhea. I think that it's great. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's about penitence after the fact. Like, it's not whether you make mistakes, it's about how you repair. So good job. Like, I'll tell you what I did wrong. Everything. Like, I ran my mouth. I thought I ran upstairs when I shouldn't have. I like went in there. You know, it's just like I gotta hang back and I gotta slow my roll. I haven't been out of the place that I was before the adventure started in a while.
During this, I'm taking some cloth and bandaging up my sliced ankles, and I also use some cloth to bandage DJ up too.
All right,
Thanks.
you succeed at that.
But it's never too late to start fresh. That's what I wanted to say to you guys.
I say we start. Let's say we got off to a bouncy start, but now mistakes were made, lessons were learned. Let's be professional about this. Let's look under every bed and every room we go into from now on.
And let's also, let's when we encounter other people, let's not assume that they're monsters and that they're hiding something. I'm talking to myself. I think that the silver flame is shining on us in a world where a bouncy mission can result in a child being freed of an evil spirit. That
was beautiful.
There were no deaths on that.
That was beautiful.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's me, Jeff Davis, and Spencer Crittenden from Harmontown. We're sitting around in a nice lounge, and we're going to talk to you about underpants.
Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, has this ever happened to you? You're going out and you run into like Ryu or Ken from Street Fighter, and they punch you in the face, and the next thing you know, your underwear fly off because they're low quality.
I've not encountered that specific circumstance, but I can see where you're coming from.
Right.
I think that what you're talking about is the fact that there's a superior level of underwear quality that comes with the great MeUndies Corporation. I'm wearing my MeUndies right now,
and it stays on even in a fight with Street Fighter.
Even in a low res digital video game such a scenario,
right?
Your underpants won't fly off. Here's how much I believe in the MeUndies Corporation, Spencer. This morning, we woke up, my girlfriend and I, at church, and she couldn't find her underwear, so she wore my undies, my MeUndies.
You undies?
She wore my undies. I had to go buy her some other undies, but MeUndies are the softest underwears I've ever encountered.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe you shouldn't have bought her more undies. You should have just bought more MeUndies.
Well, what I should get her is the women's MeUndies. All I have is the male MeUndies at my place.
You know, every pair of MeUndies is sustainably sourced and made from microbe modal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton.
If you're used to buying boring underwear, MeUndies changes everything because they've got very whimsical patterns on them. They got like little panda bears and little green army men, and they're good fun.
Yeah, man, they come in all kinds of colors and patterns, and they release new limited edition patterns each month that always sell out and never fly off in a fight with digital video game characters.
Wearing MeUndies is a secret between you and your genitals that you keep all day long, all night long. I sleep in them sometimes because taking them off seems like I'm doing my balls a disservice.
I'm going to have to sleep in them all the time in case, anyone sneaks up on me in the night.
This month's patterns were designed by the legendary 80s clothing brand Cross Colors, with names that live up to their bold design and bright colors, such as Increased de Peace, Ya Dig, and the OG.
I think it's pronounced de Peace.
De Peace. Increased de Peace.
Trust me, Jeff, you got to see it for yourself. And right now, you'll save 20% off your first pair and receive free shipping only at MeUndies.com/Harmontown.
I'm going to take off my pants right now so you can see my MeUndies right now, Spencer, and then just bask in the splendor.
As you're taking them off, I can see that there's a reason MeUndies has sold over 5 million pairs to date, and I'll feel it when I put them on.
And if you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, guess what? They're totally free.
No, I can see that on your body.
You can see that they're free?
Yeah, It's so clear.
Get 20% off your first pair plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Harmontown. That's MeUndies.com/Harmontown. MeUndies.com/Harmontown.
MeUndies. Don't lose your underwear in a fight with fictional enemies.
It's like underpants that kiss you on the dick. Did the ghost just leave, or are we still
following him? Right?
Yeah, you're
okay. We're walking.
Like
that was a walk and talk.
Yeah,
that was a walk.
That was a walk and talk.
Okay,
yeah.
How close are we to the graveyard?
Oh man, you're there.
Oh.
All right. The graveyard's on the edge of this forest. The forest stands thick and imposing. It looms over the buildings of the tiny town, kind of like an ominous horizon of clouds. There's air coming from the forest. It feels a bit more fresh than like the stale town air. But you make your way to the graveyard. It's a little rickety graveyard for a small little town, but there's a lot of graves in it, more than you'd expect for a town of this size, which is about 10 people conservatively. It's a little graveyard just full of graves. You see some graves. Yeah.
I examine the dates of the deceased.
Oh, there's no dates. It's as if someone didn't write them down.
I have no idea when these people died.
Maybe they didn't want us to know.
Well, do you think we could tell just from looking at the freshness of the graves, like, what's the ratio of fresh graves to old graves?
You see there's maybe about 3 graves that seem pretty fresh, like less than a month fresh.
Where did the ghost go?
The ghost, it went over to the thing, and it went like above the graveyard, and it kind of faded out and went.
So it didn't go to any specific grave?
Not at the moment.
Do you think it was mad at us, that sound? Do you think that's the sound of it leaving, or do you think it was like...
I think you're projecting. I think ghosts make weird, scary sounds. That's what ghosts do. I think,
Okay.
You're being needlessly,
Oh, at the same time, dawn is starting to break. You've been up all night.
I go over and read the names on the graves of those freshest ones.
All right. The freshest ones. The freshest ones are okay. Ving Rames, Blazin Bazin, and Archer Fell. Those are the 3 graves that seem freshest.
Guys, we need to focus on this Ving Rhames character. Who
was the second one?
Recently died, by the way.
Like within a month?
Well, I don't know.
Wait, who was the second name after Ving Rhames before Archer?
Blazin Bazin.
Blazin. He was related to Jerry Lewis, I think.
Blazin
Bazin.
I thought, didn't Def Leppard write songs about him?
Blazin Bazin, Blazin, Blazin.
Okay.
I think we might want to examine the grave of Archer and maybe see how he died.
Sure.
Do some forensics.
Should I take my shovel out and dig?
Well, let's.
Oh yeah, you have a shovel. Sorry.
Well, let's before we do that, because I mean I feel like we're in the black with the family, or let's just read the headstone. It's a regular headstone.
Yeah, it says Archer Fell.
That's all.
It's regular. Yeah.
All right, dig it up.
Dig it up.
Look, I want to do right by you guys. Sometimes I might suggest a stupid thing. You just got to tell me, all right? I'm going to dig up this grave, though. I take out my foldable shovel, fold it out, start digging.
All right. Okay, yeah. Wait. Yeah. Great. You dig a hole in the ground. You dig and you dig, and you find the coffin, the wooden cheap coffin, the coffin of a peasant. It has what do you call it? Like, you see slightly curved scuff marks, divots on it, like things have been hitting the outside of the coffin recently.
Do you guys see those marks? Is that normal marks for when you put the...
Wait, describe the marks again, sorry?
They seem like shovel marks.
I compare the shovel head of Diarrhea Junior's shovel.
It matches up perfect. No, it's a different shovel. It's a more worksman shovel. Steve's shovel is like a little trenching shovel. It's kind of like a little compact.
I'm sure he.
Yeah,
but
it lets him achieve great speeds.
Yeah, I'm sure you use it very well.
Yeah.
But that's important. I mean, this is we just exhumed we're re-exhuming a grave.
Yeah.
That's data.
It's not open though, right?
It's mostly still covered. You're just seeing like
It'll take some work if you want to get the coffin out of the ground.
I start helping dig around and get the coffin.
All right. Well, what's your goal? Do you want to get the coffin out of the ground or just into an openable state, or what are you trying to do?
Openable state.
Okay. All right. You do that. You get the lid off, and you notice that most of the nails are gone, and inside you just see the corpse of a dog. It's like a rotting dog.
What?
This is fucked up.
I call out to Archer if Archer's spirit is still present. Archer, are you here?
You get no response.
All right.
Oh, at this point, it's like, say, about 8 in the morning. It's past dawn because it takes a while to dig up a grave.
Guys, it takes a community to... What? No, that's just because that's a...
It takes a Rick and a Morty.
For 6 seasons, we have... it takes... I'm going to cut to the end of
Only great minds.
What I'm going to say. It's morning. I think we should cover this back up as quickly as possible, and because the rest of our mission is going to have to do with finding facts from people that might not be willing to talk to us.
Right. Okay. I just examined the dog and the rest of the coffin to see if there's anything interesting on the like a collar identifying it or anything like that.
No, nothing on the dog or anything.
And nothing else in the coffin besides the corpse of the dog.
No, there's nothing like remaining. It just seems kind of like it was disturbed a little bit. You know?
So they took this body out for some nefarious magic and left a dog in its place.
How old? I mean, how long do you think this dog has been buried here?
The dog seems like it's been rotting for a while. Like it seems mostly decayed, like it was decaying before they tossed it in.
There's another scenario that involves 2 exhumations, the second being ours, is that the dog was put in the coffin for weight as part of a fake funeral. The boy was never in it. And then... The girl. I don't see gender. And that either the family or maybe the other family that was burnt to death or who knows, like, got suspicious, dug it up, found out the truth, paid for it with their life. I mean, there's that scenario too.
Should we dig up Ving Rhames or should we just leave it?
I think
you're right. You want to go head into town? It's morning.
Yeah, well, let's put the diarrhea, rebury this coffin.
Well, we could probably all chip in. You know, many hands make quick work.
I don't have any move dirt spells.
That's okay.
Why don't you cast use hands?
I start burying the dog again.
I help.
Oh, all right.
All right, yeah.
I cast detect high road. I help too. It's an opportunity to. I believe that strenuous labor is a punishment that will make me purer.
You believe that? All right, you do the thing. It's buried. It looks pretty fresh, but what are you gonna do, right?
I think I'm gonna make it look a little fresher. Maybe put some pitchforks on the. Okay. That's what my
From
references
school?
are. Yeah, I just need to die.
Was that the pitchforks are straight reference?
Yeah, it's the idea of freshness as urban culture from the 80s.
Right. That's a pretty deep cut, man. Yeah. All right, let's head into town and start asking some questions, you guys. Maybe get something to eat. We haven't eaten for a while.
I know, and we just did a lot of calorie burning, reburying that dead dog.
Why don't we go back, get our wagon, take it into town?
Is that a euphemism for eating? Oh, we have an actual wagon.
We had our wagon that we just left.
Yeah, you hid it. You hid it somewhere on the Fell Farm or near the Fell Farm before you first went in.
It's back at the farm. Kind of crazy. Walk back, get in the wagon, then ride back to where we are.
Yeah, but they're going to find our wagon and they're going to fuck this wagon. These guys are assholes. They're going to fuck up our wagon.
You think Tom Fell's going to fuck up our wagon?
Why take the body of a dead child?
Oh, Steve, we're hungry.
How far a walk is it into town?
A couple minutes. You're pretty close. It's a small town.
Can I answer that question, given that as a cleric, I am, like, the bulk of my skills are knowledge categories, one of which is knowledge of arcana. Mm-hmm. You know, like, Do I have an answer to that question? What would you typically do, assuming necromancy, possibly with a dead kid? Like why would you want a dead kid?
Okay.
What are they good for?
What's your knowledge arcana or knowledge religion?
Oh well, it's just checked off. I don't. It would be.
What's your wisdom?
Knowledge arcana. It would be intelligence. That's what it says.
Okay, what's your intelligence?
7.
Ooh. Necromancy.
So I don't really have knowledge of arcana.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of a Cliff Clavin about it.
I've got a +4 arcana knowledge.
Okay, well,
and I have what is my intelligence? I have a 16 intelligence too. So
great. Well,
why don't you take 5?
Because I don't know what 5 is. I'll take a bunch.
What were those numbers again, Jeff?
16 intelligence and a +4 knowledge arcana.
Okay. All right. Dan, you realize that necromancy is a branch of magic involving death. Jeff, you realize that the flesh of the living, especially of innocents, can be used as a powerful magical reagent.
The what of the youthful? What?
Just the flesh.
Okay. Oh.
Only the flesh.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, Carlos, you did real good there, by the way. Bang up job. But sometimes they use the flesh of children. It's a very powerful magical agent. So they might be using that for some of their spells.
That's brutal. It's enough to make a kid haunt the world.
I wonder what they're trying to reanimate.
Reanimate?
Isn't that what you said?
You said reagent.
Reagent means like magical catalyst.
Got it.
Or something.
Look, I'm only a 12 intelligence, so
smarter than me.
All right, let's walk into town, boys.
Let's get breakfast.
What are you guys hungry for?
Well, certainly not dog.
It's in the way that you use it. All right. The town is not like a big town. It's literally like 6 or 7 buildings. You see a building that looks kind of like a half dome, like made out of clay. You see a couple buildings that just look like little small wooden buildings. One of them has 2 stories. The other one has 1 story. You see like the 1-story building has a little garden outside of it. And then there's just 2 more regular looking homes. And then another farmhouse other than Tom's. And then there's the church. So.
And then there's a big concrete building with a giant fiberglass hot dog on top of it.
Yeah, the KFC.
So there's no signage that would indicate like inns,
taverns,
hotels,
bistros,
boutiques,
charcuterie,
je ne sais quoi.
Systematic. Been waiting for a half hour to say that.
There's not a lot of signs, but as you enter, you kind of walk towards the center of town, which is like a little hill. You see one of the only signs you've seen so far, which is a sign that just says Dairy Hill. And there's like a tree on the top of the hill, and you see a woman kind of just standing around, just looking around, and then she sits on the ground, except then she sees you, so she stands back up.
Okay. Maybe she has some cheese.
What?
Dairy.
Oh, it's spelled D-E-R-R-Y.
Oh. All right, well, let's... Maybe she probably knows good spots for breakfast.
We should go up there to Dairy Hill.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo. I don't say yoo-hoo.
Oh, yoo-hoo. Yeah, Carlos, you're kind of the mouthpiece. Why don't you go make her acquaintance?
All right. Young woman.
Hey, you're new here, right? Who are you? You look churchly.
I'm Carlos, the unimaginative and the inarticulate. I'm from the Church of the Silver Flame. Yes, I'm new here. You have me at an advantage.
I'm Rhonda.
You're Rida?
Rhonda.
Rhonda?
Of the watch. I keep watch.
Over
the town. Someone's got to do it.
What do you watch for?
Trouble.
Seen any?
Well, lately. No, just recently there's been a lot of livestock being mutilated and murdered. Like 3 or 4 cows by now. It's been ramping up. It's a lot. You know, you lose a cow, that's almost, your whole livelihood.
We passed
gone.
a couple cows and an old guy out in the field recently. Those cows seem to be doing all right.
Yeah. Any dogs missing?
Not that I can think of, but I don't really keep track. There's just, wild dogs sometimes come in and out of town. They're real trouble.
So you're not a watchdog?
No. I do watch dogs.
You do watch dogs? Oh, I thought you... Never mind.
Sorry.
I go back to where I was standing before I walked up and said that.
So livestock gone missing, huh?
Well, being mutilated. We found it.
Oh, can you take me to some of them?
Oh, yeah. She takes you to Tom Fell's farm.
Oh, shit. Scene of the crime.
They're not going to give us any food here.
I thought I would have stopped her halfway through this journey, but here we are. I just kind of got lost in thought. And
you don't have to. You could stop. We don't have to go all the way.
Are you taking us to Tom Fell's farm?
I say we are doing that right before we leave.
So is the bulk of the strangeness happening at Tom Fell's farm?
Well, I'd say maybe half of the cows that are killed were his, but that's because we basically have 2 farmers.
So
who's the other farmer?
Donovan McNeil.
Where does he live?
Over there.
Do they have a business rivalry?
Yeah, I guess. I never really thought about it, to be honest. But they must.
I mean, they can't be price fixing. That would be a violation of antitrust legislation. They're supposed to compete with each other, unlike airlines.
Who makes a better breakfast burrito? Because Carlos, he loves those breakfast burritos.
Well, we don't really do food service here. Like, I got some cheese. You want some cheese?
We'll eat that while you take us to Darren McLaren's farm.
Donovan.
Who?
He means Donovan McNeil.
McNeil, of course.
Yeah, you wrote down that strap-on site, too.
All right. The McNeil house is pretty close. It's right there. You're right there.
I think we've given the Fell family enough business for one 24-hour period. Let's go to Donovan's house.
Donovan answers the door. He seems to be in a weird mood. He's like, "What do you guys want? I'm busy."
Here to help with your cattle problem.
Oh, it's not my problem. That's just the life of a farmer, my man.
Word around town is your cattle problems are nothing normal at all.
Well, normal's what you make of it in a world with ghosts and demons and monsters and stuff. Like, cattle mutilations are shitty, but it's just part of being a farmer. I mean, I lost a couple cattle here or there, but you don't see me making a big stink of it. Not like Tom Fell bitching and moaning, like his kid getting sick, some big deal. Kids get sick. My kid got sick. It just happened. I didn't go bitching around. He got better. It's fine.
Did the ghosts and demons mutilate your cows?
What? No, probably not. I mean, well, let's just say no.
I mean, I guess it's time to sense motive.
You sense that he doesn't like Tom.
I try my sense motive on him as well.
What's your
Perception?
Perception, which
10.
is wisdom. Not wisdom, not perception, sorry.
19 is my wisdom.
All right. You sense that he's mad at Tom, like he doesn't like him or something.
You do it too. I just want everyone to gather around him and
I don't have
stare at him.
Steve, do you
I don't have sense motive, but I'll stare at him.
Okay. Wait, are you going to try to sense his motive, though? You could do it without it being a class skill.
Yeah,
You're just not as good.
I sense motive.
All right. He seems hungry.
I offer him some snacks.
Wait. We've just been digging up and reburying a dog for 6 hours, and you've been holding out snacks? You offer it to this asshole?
And he's giving them to him because he misperceived him as hungry.
What kind of snacks do you have?
Hey, I get in front. Yeah. I get in between them and say, you'll get snacks when we start getting some information, Jack.
Yeah. I want to see a mutilated cow, or you don't see a cheese stick.
I don't have any. Mine are all butchered, I got the meat. It's fine meat.
Gross. So you have no complaints other than the fact that you live in a crazy time and place with ghosty activities and stuff.
I got complaints, but you don't see me complaining about them.
I go around and do that slow finger dust check.
Oh man, there's a lot of dust.
Yeah, and I give him kind of a jaundiced eye about the amount of dust.
He returns the jaundiced eye.
Sir, do you mind if I come inside your home?
Oh, it's a bit dirty, but yeah, come on in.
I examine the house, look under furniture for knife ladies.
Remember, you see no knife ladies.
I take out my magnifying glass and just start looking around through it like Sherlock Holmes.
Hey, Manil's like, what are you doing, man? What are you trying to pull right now? I thought you just wanted to get into my house.
Tell you the truth, sir. We've come to this town, and nobody really wants to tell us much of anything. All anybody knows is that everything's gone pear-shaped.
Yeah. Hey, Donovan, by the way, too bad about your dog.
What are you talking about?
Shot in the dark?
Well, I gotta commend you. That seemed very brave.
Did your dog die recently or disappear?
Nah, there's wild dogs that come in and out, but I don't care too much about them.
All right, I go back to dust.
I'll lay my cards on the table. I'm not a politician. The church is run by those fucks.
And it's 10:01 p.m.
Oh,
our time.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make my question climactic.
Yeah, it's 8:45 in game.
All I want to say is, we come to this town, we're getting the runaround.
Right.
And what you are is someone who's going to do one of two things. Be like everyone else, or be the person that's different. Mm-hmm. If you're the person that's different, we can start to unravel this whole thing. We can get justice for your family. We can return things.
Justice for my family.
Just for one day.
My family's great.
Did I say justice for your family?
I think.
I just meant like justice in the sense of like
would
you
it
work
make
hard.
Would it make you feel better if we told you we destroyed Tom Fell's house and we punched his kid in the face?
He takes the snacks from you and is like, you know what, diarrhea, you're all right.
Cliffhanger! Thank you for coming, gang. Steve Levy, Spencer Critton, and I'm Jeff Davis. Thanks to Chris, Sarah, Church, Zach, everybody back there doing everything, Kevin Day. I'm Jeff Davis, your mayor, Dan Harmon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and sweating it out with us. Drive fast, take chances. See you next time.
Have you ever tried watching Netflix or Hulu only to find out the show you wanted to watch isn't available in your country? If you live outside of the U.S., chances are you've had trouble accessing your favorite shows, but a VPN can help. Check out VPNmentor.com for the best deals and prices on VPNs. Read honest reviews on more than 200 VPNs and compare them with our comparison tool. There's no reason you shouldn't watch your favorite shows just because you live in a different country. Go to VPNmentor.com to get started with the VPN today.